Hello watchers. Welcome to the Recall Lab. Today we will gonna explain a 2010 action-adventure movie Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. This movie sets in the mystical lands of Persia, a rogue prince and a mysterious princess race against dark forces to safeguard an ancient dagger capable of controlling time, a gift from the gods that can reverse time and allow its possessor to rule the world. So let's begin and watch out for spoilers. The movie begins in a period where a powerful kingdom named Persia is growing rapidly. The king of Persia has two sons, Tus and Garsiv, who are very close to him. One day when a soldier was punishing a kid in the market, then that kid's friend came and saved him, and by that kid's bravery and smartness the king was impressed. The king asked his name and he told his name Dostan, and then the king adopted him. Then 15 years later Persian soldiers went to attack a holy city named Alamut. They get information that Alamut is betraying them and is supplying weapons to their enemies. When they were discussing, Dostan said that they need more proof to conclude that Alamut is our enemy, but no one agreed with him, and his elder brother Tus said that they will attack the next morning. Tus said Garsiv will attack first with his army in the war. Then Princess of Alamut, whose name is Tamina, was informed about this, and their soldiers said that they believe we are traitors and we betrayed them. Dostan with few men attacked on the east door because soldiers will be busy defending the front door. Dostan managed to climb the wall and he dropped rope for others. They attack soldiers to open the gate. After opening the door they send the signal and the army starts moving towards the east door. When Princess Tamina was informed about this, she gave order to close all the gates and gave their special weapon to his most loyal soldier and said to protect it from anyone. Both the armies were fighting and Dostan encountered that soldier. In that fight the soldier dropped the cloth in which that weapon was present and Dostan defeated him. Dostan opens the cloth and sees that it's a very unique knife. They attacked the palace and captured Princess Tamina. When she sees that Dostan has that knife, then she agrees to marry Prince Tus. After that their uncle informs them that their father will be joining them. When their father met Tus, he was very angry because he thinks what Tus has done was wrong and we don't have enough proof that Alamut was betraying us. Tus said that he will prove that Alamut was betraying them, and until then he will not show his face. Before leaving, Tus gave a precious dress to Dostan and said to give this to their father as a gift. Then in the evening they all were celebrating their victory. The king praises Dostan for his intelligence and bravery, and then Dostan presents the gift to him. Dostan said that elder brother Tus wants to marry Princess Tamina and for that he needs your permission. But then the king announced that Dostan will marry Princess Tamina. Then the king started suffering because that cloth was poisoned and he died. Everyone blamed Dostan for it and soldiers tried to catch him. Dostan and Princess Tamina start running from them and she helps him to escape the city. Dostan said he didn't do anything, that cloth was given by his elder brother Tus. Then Princess Tamina tries to take that knife from him and kill him, but in that Dostan found out that by using that knife he can go back in time. He figured out that the attack they did on Alamut was for this weapon. His brother Tus wants this weapon because then he can see the result of each war and can become the greatest emperor. Dostan decided to go to his father's funeral, and there he will meet his uncle and explain everything to him, and Princess asks him to take her with him. As all the ways are blocked by the soldiers, so they decide to go from a remote path. When they were traveling, Tamina acted like she fainted due to weakness and then hit Dostan with a stick and he fell unconscious and she took that knife. When Dostan woke up he was surrounded by a few horse riders who are from a mountain tribe and they work for Shikamar. Dostan told them about the princess and they followed Princess Tamina. She kept a small amount of sand in his necklace. After capturing her, Dostan take back that knife from her. Those people take them to their secret location. Princess Tamina told Dostan that it's her duty to protect this knife because if it went to the wrong people you cannot imagine how much destruction it will cause. But Dostan said to prove his innocence he has to use this knife. Dostan asks permission to leave from there, but then he finds that Shikamar knows that Dostan is wanted and there is a huge price for catching him. He took that knife from him. Princess Tamina sees this, so she tries to escape from there. Dostan ran in between ostriches and took that knife. Then they both managed to escape from there and they locked the door. From the tip of the mountain, Dostan and Tamina see that a lot of people came for the king's funeral. They both dressed as helpers and joined them. They see Tus was not there and thought that he was searching for the sand which is used for activating this knife. Dostan wrote a message to his uncle. After that they secretly meet with each other. Dostan explained everything to his uncle and said that he didn't kill his father. Tus wants to be king and that is why he killed their father, and the main motive behind attacking Alamut was to find a mythical knife. When his uncle asked about the knife, he found that the knife was not there and Princess Tamina stole it. He sees that his uncle's hands were burnt. He knows that his uncle didn't touch that cloth on the night of his father's death and understands that it was his uncle who did all this, not his brother Tus. He ran away, but his uncle already informed the soldiers about him. He defeated all the soldiers, but at last he encountered his brother Garsiv. Dostan said that he didn't kill their father, but Garsiv didn't believe him. Dostan defeated him but didn't kill him and escaped. That night Tus also joins them. His uncle lied that Dostan came to kill their uncle and he wants to be the king. Tus ordered to find Dostan. The same night their uncle Nizam went to a place to meet a group of professional killers. They used black magic and Nizam gave them orders to kill Dostan. Dostan went to search for Princess Tamina and he found her. He told her that his brother didn't kill their father, it was his uncle Nizam. He asked Tamina to tell the complete secret about this knife. Why does his uncle want this knife? They see a sandstorm was coming towards them, so they cannot move and stay there. Then Princess Tamina starts telling about that knife. She said that in Alamut there is a special sand present under the land and that is used to operate this knife. If anyone uses this knife after attaching it to that sand, he can go back in time wherever he wants to go. Dostan said his uncle Nizam saved their father's life from a lion when they both were kids. Now he wants to go back and undo what he did in childhood, and by that Dastan's brother will never be born and Nizam will become the king. They both decide to hide that knife in an old temple of Alamut. On the way, when they stopped for some rest, they were surrounded by Shikamar and his men. They captured them and decided to give them to Persian soldiers for the prize. That night when they were sleeping, those killers attacked them with snakes. Dostan takes that knife and moves back in time. Then he killed all the snakes. They leave that place and ask Shikamar to help them to reach the temple. In return they will give them gold from the temple. When they reached there they found that Nizam knew about this place and they killed all the village people. Then Garsiv and his men surrounded them and Dostan tried to convince him that he didn't do anything wrong and it was Nizam who killed our father. But before they could leave, those killers attacked them and Garsiv died. Tamina went to put that knife in a secret place where the mountain will consume it inside him. But whoever is doing it has to die. And before that, one of the killers attacked them and Tamina dropped that knife. Dostan fights with him, but another killer takes that knife with him. Garsiv killed that killer and asked Dostan to save the empire. They all decide to stop Nizam and they start moving towards Alamut. They all divide into groups and try to get back that knife. Ciso went to take that knife, which was protected by one killer. He fights with that killer and kills him, but he also was very badly injured and was about to die, but before that he throws that knife down towards Dostan. Dostan went to meet his brother Tus and there he explained all the things to him, and that their uncle is doing all this. He said that this knife can control time and Nizam wants to go back in time. Then Dostan killed himself with that knife. Tus uses that knife and sees that it can really control time. He believed all the things Dostan said, and then their uncle Nizam came into the room. Nizam killed Tus and left one killer to kill Dostan and leave that place. Dostan killed that killer. Princess Tamina knows secret ways to reach that sandglass and they start moving forward. They have to follow a fixed pattern, but one stone breaks from the ceiling and falls on the wrong place and the whole pathway turns into sand. Tamina manages to reach the safe location and Dostan falls in that sand, but in the end he manages to save himself and finally he sees that sandglass. The last killer attacked Dostan and he killed the last killer. They tried to stop Nizam, but he didn't listen to them. He throws Tamina in the ditch, but Dostan grabs her. Tamina told Dostan that he has to leave her and has to protect the sandglass. It's your duty now, or maybe it's always yours. Then she fell in the ditch. Dostan fights with Nizam, but Nizam inserted the knife inside the sandglass and sandstorms formed around them. Dostan closes the button of the knife and takes out that knife from the sandglass. And after that storm he sees that he returns at the same place where he first found that knife from that soldier. This time Dostan told everyone that we all were wrong and no weapons are forged in Alamut and our uncle Nizam is the real traitor. Dostan convinced Tus and he ordered to bring that spy who informed them about weapons. After seeing that his plan will be failed if they investigate, the spy Nizam attacked Dostan. Dostan defeated him and then to protect Dostan, Tus killed Nizam. Then they went to meet Princess Tamina and Tuss apologized for what they had done. Then Tuss said that it will be better if we join our kingdom. And Tuss wants Princess Tamina to marry Dostan because he is the one who saved the city. Then Dostan gave that knife to Princess Tamina as a gift. And finally the princess agrees to marry Dostan and place that knife on its original place. The movie ends here.